welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm working on Scraplift Crafternoon. We are scraplifting a gorgeous layout from one of the members of the Simple Stories design team. I will post her original creation up here in the corner, and if there's a video, I'll link it below. I will link the Simple Stories blog or YouTube channel down below as well in the description box. There will also be a playlist for all of those who are participating this month. We do have someone on vacation this month, so it'll just be 4 of us, 5 of us, something like that. Anyway, so let's get started. Remember, I'm going to post that layout up there in the corner. This layout has 4 photos or more. I printed out 4, and it has a beautiful background. It looks like it was clouds, and then it has a darker piece in strips that goes down the layout, and they're fixed to either side of the background paper, and then each strip is embellished with photos and titles, etc., etc. And so I have pulled out my main character energy from Shamel to play with for today. I'm not real sure what all in this I am going to play with. So I just dumped all of the ephemera that I had out. I pulled the layered stickers. I have, oh, those don't belong in there. I have some buttons, some wooden buttons with epoxy centers. I have some puffy stickers. I have the phrase stickers. I have the stickers. And I have some patterned paper as well. This is a piece that I used from a previous layout, and then these 2 are not cut in 2 yet. But I also wanted to point out that the original layout has little frames on it, and this collection has 3 of those types of frames for me to play with and to try to use on this layout. There is a bunch of beautiful ephemera here to play with. Title pieces, tickets, wordy bits, plenty of icons, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video and make some cuts, and I will be right back. So let me catch you up what I did off camera. What I did off camera is I took that circle piece of pattern paper and I cut 3 strips. They are 3 1/4 inches by 11. Right now, I have them flipped upside down with adhesive on them because I'm trying to decide, where they're going to end up. I'm going to flip them over, and I'm going to go ahead and get them adhered to that background piece of paper. Now, I know that the original layout used really dark paper for these strips of paper, and it was very, very eye-pleasing. It really let you focus on her photos and a few of her embellishments without being too distracting. So when you use a busy piece of pattern paper such as this one, you kind of have to finagle things. And so I cut these little frames. I'm going to show you the dies here in just a minute, but I cut these little frames with 2 square dies, and I just made my own little Polaroid style frame because I didn't have any, and I don't have a die like that. I thought I did, but I don't. So what I'm doing right now is I am taking the washi tape and I'm using that to adhere the photo on the back of those frames so that I can glue things down, but I don't want to mess up my photo. I want to get it on there just so, and so if I need to move it or reposition it, I just put that washi tape on the back so that it would be easy to reposition if I needed to. I actually don't end up needing to. It worked out just fine the way it is, so that's good. I'm going to do that with all of my photos that I'm sticking in frames. So the other thing I want to mention is at the beginning of the video, I said something about her having 4 photos. She has 6 photos on her layout, and I only have 4 printed from this series of photos. So I'm going to do something a little different than a little differently than she did on that bottom strip. But first, let's go back to these photos. So the 2 large photos I put in the frames, and I'm putting fun foam on the back to pop them up off the page just a little bit. The other two small frames, one of them, the top one that I'm gluing on now, is going to get tucked up underneath that top photo. And so it's just going to get glued directly down to my pattern paper. The second photo, large photo, I'm going to do the same with, and it's going to go on the opposite end of the layout, because that's how she did it. She staggered where she embellished and put photos, and so I'm, of course, since I'm scrap lifting her, I'm doing the same thing. So this photo, of course, is going to be on foam adhesive. Now on her layout, the second photo that she had there is actually on top of the other photo. So I am going to put a double layer of this fun foam on the back of that third, fourth photo. And that's going to make it be able to stack on top of that large photo. And that gives that dimension that the creator of the original layout had. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plop this third large frame down at the bottom on that bottom strip. And here's what I wanted to kind of talk about. I was mentioning when you use a busy paper, you need to be able to arrest your eyes. So for me, because the busy paper had a white background, I chose a dark, smaller print pattern paper for my frames to help your eyes focus across the page. And so that was my train of thought that I didn't finish before. Now I'm gonna go ahead and try to embellish this a little bit. That third frame, it is going to go down there. There is not a picture for it, and I'm going to do something with the center of that frame in a little bit. But for now, I'm just trying to go through and decide on all of the embellishments. I really should have gone through it first and made more decisions, but I thought that I knew what I wanted, and then I didn't know what I wanted, and anyway. So I really like that flower in the sun walking. I think it's really cute, and I like that it faces her on the opposite end. I like that large yellow camera. It's really cute. And I like this little banner piece, and it is actually going to end up on the top. The original creator had a wordy bit up there at the top. Now at first I thought I might use that happy story for my title, and I'm not going to. I'm going to actually change that out in a little bit. And I like the sun, so I'm going to put that sun up there in that top corner, and there's where I changed out my title. And now I'm just kind of looking through bits and pieces, trying to decide what I really want to use. I'm going to scooch all of those ephemera bits onto that little tray to get them out of the way. And I'm going to look here so I can make a few more decisions. I know that I'm going to be pulling off those, what are they, stars, splats, I don't know, with the words on them, the thing that I'm putting in my powder tool and taking the sticky off that says yay. I'm going to pull that one, and then I pull a second one off too. I'm pulling a butterfly off there. I'm pretty sure I pull a second one off somewhere, and it's going to end up, I believe, on the frame is where I'm going to put it. And so, I pull off that rainbow, and because I just thought it needed another little bit of color there. And I'm still kind of playing around with what I've got. So here's where I'm going to start fixing that second frame. The third frame is what I meant to say. I am putting a piece of pattern paper in the center of it in place of a photo. And I'm going to actually use that for my journaling spot. So yay me, I made room for journaling, because when I first started out I wasn't sure where I was going to put it. But I did make myself a small journaling spot with that third purple frame. I'm going to pop it up on the foam adhesive as well. I'm running low on my quick dry glue. I'm going to have to open up a new one soon. So this little phrase that says every picture tells a story, I like where it's going to land there. And I only glue, I don't know if you saw, but I only put glue on the left side of it because it was hanging off on the right side, and I put a piece of foam, fun foam underneath it so that it'll be level. Here is where I pull out that last or that second splat starburst. I'm not sure what that thing is, to be honest. Anyway, and I'm changing around my cameras. So I moved the blue camera with the butterfly and the sun down on the bottom. I'm adding a layered sticker to my walking sun and sunflower. And for the top little bit, I like the yellow camera and the splat that says yay. So now I'm going to just kind of glue some of these pieces on. I have a phrase that I want to glue down. Two phrases actually that I want to get glued down. I will have to come back in and put foam adhesive on some of these. I'm kind of playing around with that title, deciding if that's where I want it to land, and it is. So that's where it's going to get glued down. And one of the last things I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these enamel shapes. These are, I'm going to use all hearts. I use up, I think, maybe I use up all 6, or I use up 6 of the gold hearts, and then I bring in 2 colors later. But I'm using mostly the gold because the gold stands out on that pattern paper. But I pull out, I think, a blue one and a purple one, or maybe a purple one and a yellow one, or maybe that one's pink. And that I can actually put on the background. Okay, I got it all finished. I hope that you can see where I got my inspiration from on this layout. My layout is a lot brighter than the original, and I really loved that original layout. One of the things that I needed to do differently is I did not have 6 photos. And so I only used 4, and I kept those to the top 2 strips of paper, and on this bottom one is where I ended up putting my journaling and a couple of extra stickers, so it still mimics what she did on her original layout. I did go through and I popped up things on foam adhesive. I put a little foam square there at the end of that so it would stay level. Many things have foam adhesive. I ended up putting double foam adhesive on this. I think you saw that when I was putting it down, and that was because this was on foam adhesive and then this was on top of it. It needed to have a double layer, so that was pretty simple to do. And this is it. I am pleased with my layout. Oh, one other thing I did is I did what I call pen stitching. You can call it doodling or whatever you would like to call it, but that is what I did to kind of make it a break between the background and the very bright, busy circle paper that I used for my long strips. So that makes this layout completely finished, and I just want to add one more thing to it because I can't help myself. You know how it is, right? I'm going to put the sticker that says recorded right there, just because I need to. I know it didn't really need anything, but I just felt like that needed to be there. And of course I want to say I actually got into the puffy stickers, slowly but surely opening up every little package of product that I have in this collection. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I would absolutely love for you to do that. You just click that button, and then there's a bell down there too. If you click that bell will tell YouTube that you want to be notified when I put out new content. For the month of October, I have daily content coming out, sometimes 2 and even 3 videos in a day. That is because I sign up for 14 or so videos per month on the various Facebook community groups where they're hosted. And in addition to those, I also have 30 days of sketches going on this month. And so I have some videos that I cannot combine, like Scraplift Crafternoon cannot be combined with a sketch because we're already scraplifting someone. So this video here will be one of two for today. So I just want to thank you again for being here. I really appreciate all of you, and you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Bye.